Good evening, folks. Appalachian Cryptid Encounters here. So I went through this footage here Wednesday night, and the Sasquatches in this footage are the TreeOrgan Sasquatch. And what I mean by that is they prime into the tree and they get the fluids up out of the tree roots, which the root ball system of a tree, its scientific name is tree organ. So that's what these Sasquatches survive off of. And for the other Sasquatches that's in the tribe that don't have the mouth structure to get the fluids up out of the trees, the other Sasquatches do it for the whole tribe. And each Sasquatch has a different job for the tribe, and this is what the tree organ does. And what I mean by that is I'll show you the characteristics of what I call a tree organ. Now, there's not been nobody else referred to Sasquatch in that name before, but and I gave it that name because there is no name that's been given for it. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. So this was recorded at night on Wednesday around 10 p.m. And this is that tree just off from the house there at the tree line there. And this is a zoomed in footage, a photo burst. So, but anyways, I want to show you what we got going here. So I'm going to hit edit. And I'm just going to turn the exposure up so I can show you the layout, and then we'll go in. Well, we'll just do a few adjustments real quick while I'm here. Okay, turn a little bit of brightness up. Alright, so we have this Sasquatch right here, right? And his nocturnal shade lens is of the off-white color, right? And you know how some people say, "Oh, I've seen Sasquatch with snake eyes," or some people claim they've seen Sasquatch with snake eyes, right? Well, that's not the case. All it is this off-white nocturnal lens shade, which is right here, covering half the eye, right? And when it's starting to blink across the eye, sometimes they'll stop it halfway just to cut down on the glare, but still be able to see, and it will cover up their half their eye. And when people see that, they often think, "Oh, he's got snake eyes. Half his eye is, they see half his pupil." But it's not. It's that nocturnal shade lens that's coming across their eye. See that? His actual eye is big and round, human-like eye, but it's where that shade lens is coming across there, it cuts it in half, and it resembles a snake-looking eye. But that's what that is. Okay, with this TreeOrgan Sasquatch, which you'll see, they got a real prominent upper nose cavity, and this one here, they got a little bit of an overbite for when they latch onto tree branches and whatnot. But and then you'll see the rest of his jaw there. Okay, so that's the that's the adult, right? But what you don't see is, look at this little juvenile right here, hanging onto its mom's face. See its teeth? Look at that. their teeth are 360 around their mouth, right? And when they close, they come together uh, completely. Right here, here's a tooth, here's a tooth, here's a tooth. So when they latch onto a tree branch, their mouth will uh, compress around the branch, and their teeth puncture just right where they need to in that tree, into the bark and the skin of the tree to actually hit the tree veins, right? And they puncture that fluid, and then their tongues. Let me just show you, for example, here. Let me take that off there. But yeah, look at that. That's a little juvenile, little babe with his teeth already showing that, right? So what they do with their tongues, for example, a human, right? A human can say their tongue is out like that, right? That's a human tongue. And say here's the mouth and all that. Okay, the humans, they can take their tongues and roll their tongues like that, right? And you see some people, they roll their tongues and then they whistle and everything. Uh, but that's what the Sasquatch do too. But they actually they roll their tongues so much that they touch and they mimic a straw, right? And the punctures that they make in that tree, they latch their tongue on there and they start their suction. That's how they get the fluid up out of the tree. But if you look right here, here's another Sasquatch right here. Let's see if we find him here. Right here. He's well hidden. There's his conical head. Here's his eyes. Uh, right here is the little juvenile right here. See his little nocturnal shade lenses. There's his nose. He's up on top of his mama's head or daddy's head, whichever one it is. Like that. It's on the side of its head. Alright. And you can actually see its body is a lot wider than this little tree right here. There's an actual tree right here. It's just splitting the difference of the tree all the way to the ground. And it's standing there hiding behind that. And this Sasquatch right here is looking up at the adult. See? So, it's kind of hard to explain what these TreeOrgan Sasquatch are because, I've never heard anybody explain them before or even see them. But in my footage, I started getting footage of them drinking off the maple tree. And I got footage of them actually covering their skin and staining their skin with it. The adult would fill its mouth full and then spit on their kid and stain the kid's skin green or whatever fluid color they need for their camouflage cover and concealment. And so the footage started to reflect that. And then once I was able to get footage of the structure of their mouth, it looks totally different than a regular Sasquatch's mouth structure. And even their the their skull structure in their head is even a little bit different. But check him out. Just amazing. So this was taken at pitch dark. Um, so yeah, I've had to enhance it a little bit. Because when you take footage at night, this is what you get. These beings like to stay in the shadows. And, people, they complain all the time about blob squatch this, blob squatch that. But, you know, when you're out here recording these beings, they're just not going to stand out there and say, okay, I'm here. Film me in the light as close up as you need me to, as you need to. They're not like that, man. These guys have survived thousands of years because of this. Uh, how skeptical they are of humans and their ability to blend in and hide and seek. They've learned all that stuff. That's their survivability, man. That's their bread and butter. And they're not going to let any human, uh, endanger their species or whatnot. It's just not going to happen. Don't matter how friendly you are to them. I don't think they're just going to befriend you and come up and talk to you and shoot the shit and eat food, drink coffee, smoke cigarettes. They ain't like that, man. They're not going to do none of that. So the thoughts of having an actual relationship with one of them it's not going to happen. They might be cordial and stand off at a distance and wave at you and whatnot. I've seen that, but that's about it, guys. Anyways, I'll try to clean this up just a hair, see what we can get out of it. Just amazing. So this was just right behind that big oak tree out there in the yard. And I'm going to take a close up of this guy. And they just stay well hidden. Hard to see. Some of y'all has been following my channel for a while. You guys usually spot these guys before I even mention it. But yeah, I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers, and I'll get some more footage up on the channel here in the next day or so. Peace.